Hello, I'm Anand Gopalakrishnan. I'm sure many of you are bookworms and have read C.S. Lewis's The Chronicles of Narnia. And if not the whole series, you may have read at least the first book, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Well, did you know that this book is actually a religious allegory, where Aslan represents Christ and Edmund represents Judas? Well, in this video, let's discuss literary devices and how they help us uncover the layers of meaning beneath the writer's work. This time on Checkpoint English. As we saw in the introduction, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe had an underlying meaning. This literary device, where a story, poem, or picture can be interpreted to have a hidden meaning, is called an allegory. Alliteration is when we have a series of words starting with the same sound, such as everyone's favorite tongue twister, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Anthropomorphism is when an animal is given human characteristics. I'm sure all of you have watched Mickey Mouse Clubhouse at some point in your life, and I'm sure that all of you probably know that mice don't dance, sing, or talk. Don't confuse anthropomorphism with personification. While anthropomorphism deals with animals, personification deals with inanimate, non-living objects. Personification is when a non-human object or an emotion is given human characteristics. This can be seen in Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass in the poem The Walrus and the Carpenter. The moon was shining sulkily because she thought the sun had no business to be there. After the day was done, "It's very rude of him," she said, "to come and spoil the fun." A euphemism is when a mild word is substituted for a harsh or offensive word, such as when someone dies, we don't say "he died," we say "he passed away." A hyperbole is an exaggerated statement, such as the statement, "I'm so hungry I could eat a horse." An oxymoron is when there's an apparent contradiction between the words to emphasize a certain point, such as Oscar Wilde's quote, "I can resist anything except temptation." Onomatopoeia is when the words echo the sound that they describe, such as the words bang, chirp, thud, splash, or crash. Irony is when words express the exact opposite meaning to their literal meaning. For example, in the movie Finding Nemo, don't you think it's ironic that Marlin is the most unfunny clownfish ever, and that in his quest to find Nemo, he is backed by a group of carnivorous sharks and a pelican? And now we have the simile, which compares two objects using the words like or as. We can see this in William Wordsworth's poem, "I wandered lonely as a cloud." I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills. And now we have the metaphor, which compares two objects directly without the use of like or as. This can also be seen in William Wordsworth's poem, "I wandered lonely as a cloud." When all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. And now we have imagery, where the writer's words stimulate our senses. This can also be seen in the same poem, in these lines: "Beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze." Many of the literary devices that we've discussed in this video can be used in both literature and poetry. And here's the reference material for this video: this book and the site given over here. And that's it for today. Don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe.